Hey there, I hope your day's been amazing so far. So one of my recent craft projects was making my Meg costume, so I thought it would be fun to take you through the steps and show how I put this look together. I recently had the opportunity to attend Destination D23 weekend at Walt Disney World, and it was such an amazing experience and I will truly never forget it. And part of the weekend was Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. For this portion of the event, I really wanted to bring my mom with me, and it was important for us to figure out costumes that we felt like would be comfortable but also reflect a movie that's special to us. We ended up deciding on Hades and Meg, which I'm so happy we did because they turned out really good and they were pretty comfortable to wear around the park as well. So I'm going to include some of the details on how we put these outfits together because it was kind of a mix of crafting and buying things, so it didn't take as much time as it would have if we had made a costume from scratch, but it added our own kind of creativity to the process. So I'm going to walk you through how I made my Meg costume and then also include some details on my mom's Hades costume. So for the base of the Meg dress, I really wanted to find a dress that was a really good base that had the exact look and shape of hers, where I could just go in and add embellishments so it would be as simple as possible. So I looked on Amazon because there's a lot of clothing items that can be returned if they don't work. And luckily, somehow the very first dress that I ordered actually worked out, so that was really nice. This is the dress that I got. The way that they advertised it in the photos was actually off shoulder, so it had a little bit of a different look, but I noticed in the reviews that some of the people wore the straps on their shoulders and it looks just like Meg's. It also has this extra piece of fabric that hangs down. I was really happy that this dress is made out of a material that's actually really soft and stretchy, and it was nice to wear around Disney. See, up close it's this stretchy mesh, which I actually really like this material, but I think the ruching looks really flattering on, and I think it's really cool that it has this boning because hers has lines in the bodice, and it gave it a really similar look. And next for the embellishments. This step was important to me because it's how I could really make this random dress look like Meg, so I wanted to get the details right. So for the three gold pendants, I just used a piece of stiff felt. So I just made a stencil out of paper and then cut 3 ovals. And then once I cut the ovals out, I used this random metallic paint that we already had here at the house. I think it's just multi-surface metallic gold paint. I had to put several layers so that the black didn't show through. And then once the regular gold paint was dry, I used this gold puff paint for the swirly part. Also, they're 2 completely different brands, and I think this contrast in gold kind of made this one stick out more. So I went around the edge of the oval and then I did the swirly shape and tried to get it as close to the design in the movie as I could. So this is what they look like up close. I feel like this is what really gave it the look that I wanted. Considering it was just random materials I had at home, I was really happy with how they turned out. Also, this was a chance for my personal creativity to shine through, and I just love doing little crafts, but I do not love sewing, so this is really nice to be able to just do the portion of costumes that I actually enjoy. For attaching these to the dress, I added a piece of felt on the back of them that's just a regular softer felt, and I hot glued both in so the center would be open and I was able to slide some twine through and just tie it to the straps. If you're gonna do this, I recommend securing it pretty well because I actually had them fall off twice at the Halloween party. Next time I wear this, I'm definitely gonna secure it better because I had to literally retrace my steps at Magic Kingdom, and I was really lucky that I actually found the pieces again. So I had it really easy for this portion of the costume because my sister dressed up as Meg a few years ago and she actually made these belts, but I'll tell you exactly how she made them. The material she got was a really soft and stretchy fabric that doesn't fray. So there's raw edges on this portion of it and it doesn't have to be sewn under. The first belt is right here and there's nothing to it, it's just a plain band. And the second belt is a little bit thicker and I wore it lower on my waist. And it's another plain band, but then there's this piece of fabric that kind of hangs over the front of it. If you hold it out, it's a big rectangle, but the way it's folded just kind of makes it lay in this type of way. And then I attached the third gold piece to the belt. One of my favorite parts of dressing up, whether it's a full-on cosplay or just a character-inspired outfit, is the hairstyles. I love corresponding my hair to whatever the outfit is that I'm wearing, and for Meg, it was so important that I had a really full voluptuous ponytail because that's how hers looks in the movie. And while I'm not an animated character, I really like wanted it to have that vibe. So my first attempt at getting a ponytail clip was not great. It was like too dark and it didn't really match my natural color. But my second attempt was really good because I feel like this matches my hair really, really well. And it had the exact look that I wanted for this cosplay. Also, for the hairband, hers isn't glittery in the movie, but I'm like, you can't go wrong with glitter. So I decided to use this like glitter felt. I literally just cut it into a rectangle. I hot glued some soft felt on the back and then spaced out the glue so that I could slide bobby pins in. And then I also hot glued this elastic so I could tie it in the back. So just for some extra lore, according to my mom, and I can remember this a little bit, but not super clearly because I was so young, but whenever we were at Disney, we dined at 1900 Park Fair at the Grand Floridian, and Meg was one of the characters that you could meet there back then. But we weren't familiar with Hercules at that point, so we weren't sure who she was. We were like, who is that? Is that Jasmine? Like, who is that? But we met her and I have pictures, which is really cool, especially because she's such a rare character. Like, I really wish I could meet her today. But we went home and my parents got me to watch Hercules and I became completely obsessed with the movie. I got a Meg costume. I wore it to Disney on a future trip. She became one of my favorite characters ever. I think I sang I Won't Say I'm in Love like 10,000 times as a kid, and the soundtrack's still one of my favorites today. I always like choosing characters to cosplay that have like a lot of meaning to their characters, and I love that Hercules is such a big part of my childhood, which makes it really special to wear these costumes with my mom. And another reason that it's so special to me was there's so many levels of why this was so special to me, but my mom is my best friend and biggest supporter. And she's always encouraged me throughout my entire life to be creative and think outside the box and follow a path that feels right for me. To be able to take my mom to that first night of the event was such a big moment for me because without her, I wouldn't be here. It was also the first time I've ever been to a Disney park with only my mom, which is a memory that I will always cherish. I felt really inspired to start creating content when I was 18, and my biggest dream has always been to either work for Disney or work with Disney in any context. So to have the opportunity to attend Destination D23 and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party as a content creator was the biggest dream come true. I hope anyone who's watching this can use this as a positive sign for whatever's going on in your life. Because if you had told me in early July that I would have had this opportunity in late August, I would not have believed you. The way that everything fell into place so quickly was absolutely insane, and it was the most unexpected surprise. It's kind of crazy that one email led to one of the best experiences of my life and genuinely helped me so much with feeling encouraged that I'm on the right path, and just gave me so many amazing memories and also so much encouragement that I'm doing the right thing. It just shows how quickly life can change, and if you feel discouraged in one moment, just push through because you literally never know what opportunity could be right around the corner. So just keep going and pursue the things that make you happy. Okay, so I meant to show the dress without any of the embellishments, but I forgot and already tied these to the top, so I'll just show it how it is right now. Also, ignore my little setup of tripods because I was filming a transition video and I can't bump it until I complete the video.
Yeah, and you're using the tripod, so I'm a tripod.
You are also a tripod. We need 3 tripods.
Yeah.
So, can you see most of the dress?
Yeah, you can see a little below your knee. Do you want your dogs in it?
I have socks on. It's not like it's free foot pics or anything.
Okay.
So I was worried that this dress would be a little bit too restrictive because it's more snug fit, but the bottom kind of goes outward a little bit and it's really stretchy, so walking I didn't feel like my legs were what's the word? Like a mermaid? I didn't really feel like that walking around Disney, so that was a win. Oh no. See, that's what? The thing's falling off?
No, in front.
Wait, what?
That being in the very front looks so awkward.
So it looks like it's like an avatar or something?
Like a crotch piece.
Yeah. Like literally how avatars dress.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so funny. Okay, yeah, like that, right?
Yeah.
The reason that I didn't attach them is because it needs to still be washable, but these are felt, so they couldn't be washable either way. So them being removable is important. So for the hairstyle, I basically took the whole front part of my hair and left it down so that I could leave some pieces hanging down and then tease the other ones to add fullness. And then for the rest of it, I tried to get a ponytail as high up on my head as I could. So now I'm still leaving some of my hair forward, but I'm using like this much of it to tease, and then I'm gonna hairspray it and try to make it really poofy and animated looking. So I smoothed it out a little bit and then made it cover all the spots that I wanted to, including like going over my ear a little bit so that it looks like looser and fuller. And now I'm just bobby pinning this. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And now that this part's been teased and smoothed out a little bit, I'm gonna pin this side down too. Look how full my hair got from this. That's why it's so important, because it adds so much fullness. So if you're like cosplaying an animated character, it helps it look more like them when you do that. This might be my favorite part of the costume because I feel like it really completes it. So basically I just like put it over my ponytail. And this piece kind of hides like where it attaches to my head, so I feel like it's kind of important. So I curled these pieces around my face, and I tried my best to smooth out the pieces that I teased because I got kind of happy with it and it made it look kind of frizzy. So I feel like that's also a really important step if you tease, to like go and like comb over the top layer. Also, I currently have my like usual makeup routine, but I'm gonna go make the eyeliner a little bit thicker and darker and add purple eyeshadow, and I might add lashes. So I just darkened like every aspect of my makeup, and I'm not gonna lie, it is darker than I meant for it to be, but that's okay. So I just finished filming that transition video that I was talking about, and it turned out so good. It's so satisfying whenever that happens because I had like a vision for it, and it turned out exactly how I hoped it would. I'm so not used to wearing eye makeup like this. Whenever I was younger, like 18 or 19, I used to do like heavier makeup, but I haven't lately. So it's like shocking to me, but it's fun to change it up sometimes. To be honest, it's kind of hard for me to get this entire outfit in one frame with this format, but I'm just gonna show you what I can. I'm so obsessed with this costume, and the ponytail makes it so much fun. To be honest, I really thought I would end up taking the ponytail clip off partway through the Halloween party, but it ended up being fine even though I have a sensitive head, so I was really happy about that. Oh, also, I said I was going to include some details on my mom's Hades costume, so I thought I would do that now. So the costume that we found was from Amazon, and it was like a men's costume, so we did some modifying to make it a little bit more feminine. Basically, for the shoulder piece that drapes across, we twisted it and then wrapped some elastic so that it was more like thin and defined. And then we also added a belt to it so there was like a waist. And then to replicate the fire look, instead of like doing like a headband that like looked like fire, we did a feather headband, and I love how it looked because the little pieces look like flames, but it had its own like unique feminine look. And I'm just gonna link everything that I mentioned in this video in the description so it's all in one place. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun going through the process of what it was like to make, and I'm so glad that this gave me another reason to wear it because it's just so much fun to play dress up, and this costume is such a cool one. This is definitely one that I could see myself wearing for a future Disney Halloween party or Halloween, or just dressing up because it's cool, but also it's really comfortable, and that's a huge selling point for me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see my future uploads, make sure to subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, which my username is @Blayne'sAdventures. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, it's been a real slice.